In this segment, I want to give you a couple of updates on what's been going on in the Wii homebrew scene and Wii development-wise. Okay, so first up, what's really been going on? So some of you might have realized or heard that the Wii homebrew channel has been released. Now, what does this mean? The Wii homebrew channel is using the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess hack, meaning you do not need a mod chip whatsoever to install the homebrew channel, is pretty much the first way that we can actually reliably and easily not only develop code and get it to run on the Wii, but on an end user, get it all looking relatively good. When I did the first Wii, the Wii soft mod segment using the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, it was all kind of flimsy and clumsy. It was great, we had some great progress, but now it's exploding. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess hack can be used to install the Wii homebrew channel, and that will give you a graphical front end, as well as a standard way for developers to create their code to load on the Wii. You have to understand, when you have homebrew, you need your primary chain loader, and then everything has to load in the memory and execute properly. So everything's kind of like a deck of cards that all have to kind of just go into place, or like a gears and cogs where everything just has to mesh and go in properly. And if you don't have a standard way of loading the code, if you don't have a standard way of entry points, and manipulating memory and getting the code to run, then one person will write their code and another person will write their code differently, and it just doesn't all work out properly because the loader itself doesn't know how to make heads or tails. So the Wii homebrew channel is pretty cool because it's easy to install, it allows a graphical interface, it allows you to actually load your homebrew through multiple forms of media, including your front panel SD, an SD gecko on the memory card slot, through the network, or through this little device called the USB gecko, which I'll get to in a moment. So, a lot of progress has been made on the piracy scene as well. Unfortunately, virtual console titles have been making it to the internet, and people have been installing WAD files, .WAD extensions, which are pirated virtual console games or other applications. Now, the reason this is bad is because there is encryptions and security checks that take place when you actually pack a WAD file. There have been instances and reports of people improperly packing them strictly on the pretense of turning your Wii into a brick. You have to understand that if you actually are going to install a virtual console title to your Nintendo and onto the Wii, Nintendo can and will find out about it. There are ways for them to actually figure it out. And it's not Big Brother secret, backdoor crap. It's they have on account what Wii serial numbers have purchased what titles. So when you do an online update or you do a Wii Connect 24 check, it knows whether or not you're supposed to have something. Yes, Nintendo can detect it. It has been verified. Nintendo can find out what channels you have installed. Will they do anything about it? We don't know. Can they do something about it? Yes. The current versions of the Wii operating system, the iOS as it's called, is clearly it can clearly check on whether or not you have what you have installed on your Wii. It's just how it works. So, if you install a virtual console title, one of two things may happen. Nintendo can bitch and complain. There are no reports of Nintendo bricking a Wii. None. Nintendo does not brick Wiis as of this recording. So don't say, oh, they're releasing all these updates that are screwing up your console. No, you're a fucking idiot. Because you had to pirate a game that was packed by some shit scene crew that wanted 0-day fucking credit for something that you should have just paid $3 for. There's no reason you should be pirating virtual console games. Fire up your Xbox, fire up Linux, fire up Mac OS, fire up Windows 98, fire up fucking DOS to play your goddamn NES games. Don't pirate them. If you wind up getting a virtual console title and you brick your system, you deserved it. But if for some reason you got some homebrew and you just screwed it up immensely, there are ways of recovering. I'll put it into the show notes. There have been releases of Wii recovery discs. It's an official disc made by the homebrew scene for people that have inadvertently had a PAL console with an NTSC update or vice versa. So pretty much it's just a reverse engineer of how the actual Wii just does a system update via disk, except it's specifically designed to hopefully recover your console. So if your console comes up and it says error so-and-so, file not found, and it gives the Opera error, you can use these ISOs, you can burn them to a disk, and hopefully recover your console. However, a mod chip is needed, since it does get around the disk authorization and authentication process. You do need a mod chip. Now, more progress has been made when it comes to reflashing the actual onboard firmware, or the NAND. The NAND flash has recently been not only removed, but it's also been rewritten to using an Infectus mod chip. I'll put some links on the show notes, but pretty much that's all you need to search by is Infectus mod chip NAND recovery. So that'll yield a lot of results. So, like I said, USB Gecko. What is this fun device? I love it. I'd make sweet love to this device if I could, and I'd really want to extend my thanks to the entire USB Gecko team for all of their hard work on this device. I would recommend anyone that's got a fat chubby for doing Wii Homebrew or GameCube Homebrew to get one of these little sons of bitches. It can do more than you can possibly imagine, and then some. A couple of episodes ago, I did some work on the GameCube using the Viper GC Extreme mod chip. The mod chip plugged into the high-speed data bus of the GameCube, allowing USB functionality. And what this device let me do is dump the RAM and compare it so we can do RAM hacking and cheat engine searches and stuff like that. It also allowed save states. It also allowed me to dump my disks. It also let me load my Homebrew. It had so many features I honestly can't remember them all off the top of my head. The USB Gecko is a non-intrusive mod. So you do not really need to open up your Wii or your GameCube. It plugs directly into the memory card slot, and it will offer a full USB bus. So we can do RAM hacking. We can do the USB Gecko team has a cheat engine coming out. I've been doing a lot of RAM hacking. It's backwards compatible with the GameCube. You can dump your GameCube single layer, Wii single layer, and Wii double layer DVDs through the USB bus. You can manipulate your front panel SD card. You can manipulate your save games on your memory card. You can back them up or you can put them back. You can back them up, hack them, put them back, no problem. You can do screenshots. You can stream MP3s. The one thing that really turns me on is the RAM hacking. That's going to be a fun one. I hope to get a segment out next month on that one. But anyway, let's get to the process of installing the Wii Homebrew channel, via the Twilight Princess hack, and we'll go and get the USB Gecko going, and I'll show you some of the features of both of them. The first thing you have to do is point your favorite browser of choice to WiiBrew.org. I'll put a title up on the screen so you have the URL for record. And you want to search for the Twilight hack in their search box. This will bring you to the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess Chainloader hack. I have previously done a segment on this. There's really no need for explanation, but I'll give a quick overview just for the noobs and whatnot. You need to go and download said file. That's a save game for Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. You have to put it in a specific folder on your SD card. In this case, it's going to go into private Wii title RZDE and have data.bin according to your region and whatnot. And you're going to copy this save game from the SD card over to your Wii, and then you're going to execute said file. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess hack is triggered once you leave the area or when you talk to the gentleman standing in front of you. Then you're going to want to go to the Wii Homebrew channel page, and this will give you step-by-step instructions on how to prepare your SD card for the Wii Homebrew installation. Remember, no mod chip is needed. The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess exploit will trigger this exploit. It will trigger this installation of the Wii Homebrew channel. And then if you need any information, you can go to the Wii Homebrew channel website and get more information on what is currently supported with the Wii Homebrew channel. So, with all of this said, we're going to head over to the Wii side and we're going to get the Wii Homebrew channel installed. But let me go and take a quick look of what I've had to do just roughly on the SD card. So we've got boot.elf, which is the Wii Homebrew channel installer. We have in our apps folder some utilities. We got the USB Gecko, region free, which is made by the USB Gecko team, which will allow you to play import games from other regions, but not pirated bootlegs, which is really cool. This is actually the freeware equivalent of the Daytail freeloader. We've got the SD front loader, which I've used in previous episodes. We've got Quake, we've got Tetris, and the demo for Wii 64, which is not much playable, but showing a lot of progress. So let's go and head over to the Wii side and have a little fun, shall we? Alright, here we have the typical Legend of Zelda exploit. It's very well covered, very well explained. Like I said, I've done information on it in a previous segment of a previous episode. And this is going to trigger the Homebrew channel installer. And disclaimer, this product comes with absolutely no warranty, neither express or implied, yada yada yada, so if anything goes wrong, blame yourself, not them. It's telling us to press start on a GameCube controller. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And it's going to go ahead and install the Homebrew channel. Does not take a very long time, and like I said, does not take a mod chip to do this. This is completely soft mod. And if you notice that now you'll have the Homebrew channel. Now,